So how the hell are all you motherfuckers?
Whoopa Gangnam Style! Gangnam Style! Whoopa Gangnam Style! Whoopa Gangnam Style! Whoopa Gangnam Style! Sexy lady! Whoopa Gangnam Style! Sexy lady!
Asevedo. I'm the artist of, I'm a professional artist. I'm the artist of Rockabilly Road Trip, Doc Salem Monster Hunter. I've also did a bunch of indie projects where I've penciled and did the covers and all that kind of good stuff. But today isn't about me. Today is to look inside of my collection. And I've recently gotten this. It's the Jose Gonzalez Vampirella Artist Edition. I had just finished a big job, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna reward myself." So this is what I did. This is what I got. So to start off, it was published by Dynamite. It's actually reasonably priced. I think I paid like 120, something like that for the book. It's way oversized. And if you need an example on what a comparison between this and another comic, this is a regular comic. This is the artist edition. It's insanely big. I've always been a fan of Vampirella. I've been a fan of Jose Gonzalez's. So let's get into it. So opening it up, well, we got this beautiful spread right here. This is fantastic. I think Jose is responsible for the actual look, like the face of Vampirella, and that iconic look that she has. That I don't think anybody's been able to repeat since Gonzalez. The intro to this book was actually written by Roy Thomas, the great Roy Thomas. And if you don't know who Roy Thomas is, shut all your shit down and go check him out right now, because you need to you need to educate yourself on this. Also, look, this is his raw pencils. This shit is crazy, dude. Look at this. I mean, it's nuts. Like, I don't know. It's so inspiring looking at his work. And the one thing that comes out to me about this is there's no real like hard line. There's no trap to go ahead and for the image. It's basically like old school figure drawing pencil style, and I really dig that. A little bit about Vampirella. So Vampirella was it was created by Warren Publishing. James Warren. The Warren Publishing was actually going out of business, right? And they needed a home run. So they commissioned an artist to go ahead and come up with Vampirella, well, the character Vampirella. What's funny about this is the artist was actually a feminist, Trina Robertson. She came up with the actual look of Vampirella, like the costume and all that kind of stuff, like the skimpy costume. What's even funnier is that Frank Frazetta got involved with doing the cover for the first Vampirella magazine. And when they sent the design over to him, he would go back and forth. It was like just friendly banter between two artists, where every time he did a preliminary sketch for the painting, he would shorten and make her costume even skimpier. It was so fucking funny. I think he knew she was a feminist, and he was just poking at her a little bit. Here's and Jose Gonzalez. Let's get into Jose Gonzalez a little bit before we actually get deep into his work. So Jose Gonzalez was born in 1939. He was born Jose Pepe Gonzalez. He was born in Barcelona, Spain. He was raised by his mother and his grandmother, and there was no father involved. From what I understand, Jose was a child prodigy. he wasn't just limited to art. He was also an accomplished musician as well. And that's one thing I can attest to. Well, most of the artists that I know, like the really talented artists, have deep roots in music, or have a spark of talent for music. Like if you look at EVS is a pretty accomplished like keyboardist, pianist. I myself am an accomplished lead guitar player. I used to play lead guitar player for a heavy metal band. You can check that on YouTube if you feel like it. It's old videos. They're very shitty. But yeah. So anyway, enough about all that. So I think his hunger to be good at his craft and his talent was born out of poverty, because they were extremely poor. So I think when you don't have a lot of toys and shit like that when you're growing up, and I don't just mean like toys. I mean like, you know, just shit to do. You start escaping into yourself, you know, and you find that you're much more than what you are on the outside. So anyway, let's get into it. And I'm not going to approach this I'm going to give you my opinion as an artist as far as like his work and the stuff that he does. So like I have a couple of pages marked off. And the reason is because I love the movement of these pages. And this is just some of the pages that he has in here. I mean, his pencils, his inks, everything is fucking phenomenal. Look at this. Look at the movement and the anatomy on these women. I mean, it's crazy. And let's not forget, like Vampirella is also a horror comic, and I have to believe like maybe Bernie Wrightson and those guys like had to check out Jose's work at some point, because I mean, come on, look at this. It's crazy. And what I was saying about the look of Vampirella, like the facial features, the eyes, all of that stuff. Like she's actually, I mean, she does have like a really obvious Spanish look to her, like those sharp features. Yeah. And another thing I've noticed too is that he never used a lot of zipatones. What he used was a technique called ink washing, where he would go through, and it was highly unforgivable. Like there was no forgiveness with this. I mean, you can't just pull up the halftone if it doesn't work out. Like, I mean, the work's ruined if you don't do it right. But he would use watered down black ink and come in and bleed ink all over the place. And I really respect that. Like I've done that a few times, and it's actually more difficult than what you think it is. Yeah, like right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in on it just a little bit to go ahead and give you more of more insight into it. All right, one second. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Oh wait. Should go down. There it is. Okay, so you see those splashes right here. This is ink. That's watered down ink that they washed in with a paintbrush. And it's crazy. Like, look at this. Look how clean it is. It's coming off. And I mean, and this is, like I said, this is very unforgiving, a very unforgiving technique. And like, I'm gonna show you a couple of other spots in here where he pulls the same shed, and it's just insane. Let's see here. Let me go back. Okay. Let's keep going. Ah, look at that. I mean, that's crazy, dude. Come on. Here's another one. This is a interior splash page. And you could see it, like the way he did the clouds here. That's not halftones. Like he came in and just threw down some ink and just went crazy with some water. Same thing here. Like this is awesome, and it looks like he used that technique where he scraped it with a razor blade to kind of wear down the image a little bit and take away some of the ink. Like just came straight across here with a razor. Shit, I gotta zoom in again because you have to get a better look at this. On 1 second. I got a 4K camera, and it's still a big pain in the ass. Ah, you bastard. Nope. Okay, fuck it. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about right up in here. Like this is a razor blade that he went through and he just scraped it. Old school techniques. No computers, none of that bullshit. These are original pieces of artwork that you can touch, you can feel, you can buy, and this is by a master artist. All right, let's keep going. Jose Pepe Gonzalez. And the emotion he puts through on his work, I mean, it's crazy. Like on the faces, it's nuts. Like I think this is missing from modern comics. They won't hire people that used to do work like this because they say their style is dated and it's no longer relevant. What part of this isn't relevant? Would you not buy a book if they had artwork like this in it? I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. The thought process of publishers and printers nowadays. We're going to zoom in again because his work is just incredible. Like, I want you to take a close look at this horse and carriage. Look at that. Look how he fades the artwork off of the page into this blank area. And I don't have this issue, but I have to believe like this was maybe a credit card where they had the credits of whoever, you know, like the penciler. Maybe there was, I don't think there was an inker. I think Jose Gonzalez did everything himself. But the writer, editors, all those people had their credit right here. This is from the issue of the story Shadow of Dracula. And I mean, look at this, dude. There was no samples. There was no going ahead and finding an image online or anything like that. Like Jose had to actually have like a couple of references, you know, what did a horse look like, and then put everything together. And it, I mean, it's beyond words how good this guy was. And this again, like I said, no halftones. This is all ink, just washed in. And this is another example of his faces. Like if you take a good look at that, like the expression on that woman is just incredible. And no two faces are alike. He variated everything. And there's a thing about being honest, an honest artist, which means that you're not trying to copy somebody else. Your artwork is yours. Like you're staying true to your own style. And I have to believe that Jose was one of the most honest artists out there. At the time, I think modern artists since the 90s started doing house styles and stuff like that and forcing artists to go ahead and copy each other's work. Like if Jim Lee's selling, then we need 10 other guys to duplicate Jim Lee's style. And I'm not down with that. I don't think that's a good way to go. I don't think it adds to the industry or the creation of comics. I think it's I can't get behind it. Let's see here. Let me get straight real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. I tend to mumble too, so you just got to bear with me. Okay, let's jump ahead because I can't give up too much of this. So right here, this page layout is more of a collage, and I kind of dig it because he captures everything he's trying to say. You don't need words on his page to be able to get the meaning of what's going on. And another thing I liked about Gonzalez's work is that he's able to draw the human figure in many different poses and make it look anatomically correct, at the same time making it look fluent. This is the cover page, without all the red shit on it. Yeah, look at the detail in it. The only other artist I know that does that, that's still around anyway, is Tim Vigil. Tim goes through and he'll do his, and for some odd reason Tim doesn't get the respect that an artist of his caliber should be getting. I have a couple of Tim Vigil originals. In fact, I've worked with Tim on a couple of paintings as well. If you guys don't know, I'm also a painter. Anyway, look at this. This is crazy. Like, this technique is insane. It's not utilized anymore because they want the colors to work harder. And I just can't get behind that. This is awesome. We got to zoom in on that one too. I'm sorry. I just got to. I'm going to be pulling out more books from my collection. This reminds me of The Hammer. This expression reminds me of the Hammer movies. Whenever a vampire would die in Hammer movies, like the Satanic Rites of Dracula and stuff like that. This look and everything is just, yeah, it reminds me a lot of that. I've got a huge collection of comics, art tomes. I don't have a huge collection of original art. I'm actually building that up at the moment. But yeah. So I'm thinking about doing more episodes like this, where I pull those books out and I guess show them off a little bit to show what inspires me and what I, and to show off some of these artists that shouldn't be forgotten, that are responsible for bringing these characters to life. I don't think they get enough respect. And I think we get lost too much in the politics of comics and art today and forget about the actual artist or style or technique. And it's all about saving a buck in the case of the mainstream. Like, they don't want to spend money because they got all these fucking CEOs to pay and all this kind of bullshit. And they'd rather be politically correct than artistically correct or true to the character. And that actually pisses me off a lot. Here's some more of Jose's pencils. I love the way he mixes the mediums here. Like, he's got pencils on the forefront to bring this character to life, but in the background it's just straight up inks. And this is one thing you miss whenever you have a house style. Like, artists they're not adventurous. They don't try new things. It's one example of one of his creatures. I really dig this one. This is insane. It's amazing. It's so organic because he did, like, it's just that ink wash, dude. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. I love this page too. He didn't go with an ink wash this time. He used, at least to me, it looks like he used a napkin or something like that and dipped it in ink and just went through and patterned it out. What's even crazier is I don't see any type of masking on here where he went back and he used like whiteout or anything like that to go ahead and it could be burned out in a reprint. I don't know, but from what I'm looking at, a lot of these pages stay pretty true to the actual production pages. The yellowed, well, that one wasn't yellowed. That's what I'm saying. I think they contrasted out. Yeah. Anyway, this is Jose Gonzalez's artist edition, his Vampirella artist edition. Here, here's another example. I almost missed this one. This is another example where he used his pencils in the forefront, and he did everything else in black and white, like inks. It would be easy to say that he pasted this image in, but if that was the case, you would see cut lines. And to be honest, I don't see any cut lines. In fact, it looks like this is all one piece. Like he drew this all in one go. Like the logo, the title, everything was just drawn in. Like there's no cut lines around the title either. I don't know. I mean, it could be film. I don't know, but it just looks amazing. Like, and he was a master artist. Anyway, this is a book you guys should check out. I highly recommend it. It's always going to be displayed in my room. This and Jack Kirby Thor, artist edition. Like I said, it's kind of pricey, but it's worth. And just a quick plug: check out Doc Salem. Doc Salem is my creator-owned project. It's based in horror, like Vampirella. It's about it's a take on Victor von Frankenstein, as if Victor was the monster and not the and it's really good. Check it out. The book is published. Well, it's printed, and it's going to be fulfilled within the next couple of weeks. All the books are at my house with the Gemini mailers, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be mailing it out. So check out Doc Salem on IGG. The link is in the description. So if you like what I'm putting out here, give me a like, share, and I'll see you on the next one.